Hello, hello everyone. I'm Jason. Our factory is Yuri. Our brand is ZHUCHEN for the MgO board. Uh, okay, today I'm in our new MgO board factory. This is our fourth factory for the MgO board. We already have 3 production lines for the pure sulfate MgO board. In this new factory, we equipped it with our new technology and only produce the pure sulfate MgO board. Now in the market, there are many news and about the shortage of the supply of raw materials and different types of MgO board. In our factory, we produce different types of the MgO board, like the common non-woven board, uh, like the high strength flooring board, laminated HPL decoration board. So today in our new factory, I will show you the production process of the MgO board and show you how we produce the MgO board. From this video, you will going to know what the MgO board, how the MgO board produced from the production line and know more about the MgO board. So now I'm standing in the room of the raw materials. Behind me is the bags for the sawdust. For the sawdust, we also have requirements for the standards like the mass, the particle size, the moisture content of the sawdust. Also will affect the quality of the MgO board. So in our factory, we only purchase the qualified sawdust from our long-term cooperation partners for producing our sulfate MgO board. So after the raw materials are prepared in this room, they will deliver it to the production line. So next step, we will going to see the production process. Okay. Okay, this is a very big plant for the MgO board. We finished the construction last year and put into production this year. So this is a whole new production line for the sulfate MgO board. Uh, it will starting from putting the mold on the production line. After the mold has put on the production line, uh, we will put the demolding oil on the surface of the mold. And then the first layer is the slurry. It's a very fine liquid. This is the slurry. Slurry is when you see the finished product, the slurry is the first layer. It's very smooth on the board. So then we will put the fiberglass mesh on the slurry. You can see the current production batch is used 2 layers of the fiberglass mesh. So after the fiberglass mesh, then is the middle layer material. This is the main materials in making the MgO board. It's the very thick. It depends on thickness. It's mixed the MgO powder, magnesium sulfate, sawdust, and perlite, and many feeding materials in this layer. So after putting the middle layer materials, we will put another 2 layers of fiberglass mesh. You can see the color of the board and the mesh is a high quality types. The board used the scrapers and the rollers to adjust the thickness. This is a very important part on producing the MgO board. This is the third layer materials. This we call it sanding materials. This layer of the raw materials is producing for the sanding MgO board. Here are 6 silos. These silos and the screw conveyor is using for deliver the MgO powder to the material silos. Now we are going to the third floor of the production line and show you uh, what the production process looks like. Okay. The semi-made board will get into the kids' vehicle and delivered to the clean rooms. This is an automatic fitting uh, part to put the mold and the board into the kids' vehicle. Okay, now we are going to the third floor of the production line and to see how the materials will be put it into the silos. The second floor is the mixing platform. The materials will mix uh, in this platform. Okay, this is the raw materials weighing platform. Here is the MgO powder silo. The MgO powder will put into the silo, and on the top of the silo, we also equipped the dust collector. So you can see this whole production line is very clean and no dust around among the platforms. So it protects our workers. After the MgO powder put into the silos, it will be delivered by the screw conveyor into the wing. Into the waiter. So, like this, there are 2 tanks. One is the water, and another one is the MgO sulfate liquid. So you can see here, these are the weight sensors. So the system, the PLC control system, will weigh the weight of the powder, liquid, and to follow the formula strictly. Because the formula for producing the MgO board is very important. Like this is for the MgO powder weight sensor. So each silo have 3 sensors to weigh the weight and to control. Every batch is exactly the same, and the formula is strictly be followed. Okay, after the materials be prepared and put into the silo, it will be fall down to the second platform, the mixing platform. So, in fact, in our new factory, we mainly produce the special customized board. So we equipped the different mixtures for different layers. Now here, this one you are seeing now is the sanding layer materials. So every mixer equipped with a PLC control system. Like this is for water, liquid, the magnesium sulfate liquid, and this is the powder materials. It's automatically controlled how much materials will be put into the mixture for each batch mixing. So that we control the formula very strict. So each batch the materials are exactly the same, and the board is the stable quality and consistent. So these two mixture, one big and another is smaller, is for the middle layer materials. For different thickness, why we equip two mixtures is because the production efficiency. Like when you're producing the 6 millimeter thickness and the materials need is less than when making 19, 18 millimeter board. So when you're producing the board, another important factor is the quality controls. We use the forms, a daily report form and batch record form to record the materials used in each batch. Like today, we produce the 8 millimeter and we put how much uh, magnesium oxide powder, how much magnesium sulfate, and how many sawdust perlite. And our target uh, density, we also give the data to the workers so they know what they are going to produce and what they should do. After each batch after each batch mixed, they will use this one to take 1 cup of the materials, mix the materials, and wait and here and put on it to weigh them. Then he will know the density of this batch. If it couldn't meet the requirements, they will try to adjust it. If everything okay, they will pull down into the hopper, into the silo, to get into the first floor and pull down on the production line on the mold. It's like here, it's also automatically controlled, PLC controlled the materials to put into the silo, to put into the mixer. Okay, after the materials mixed, it will put into the hopper and silo to get into the first floor. So we have already seen the first floor's production process. So next step is the kiln process. Before the kiln process, I will going to show you the liquid mixing because we haven't shown you the magnesium sulfate making process. This one is the dust collector to collect the dust in the production line. And here is the missing pole of the magnesium sulfate liquid. So when you're mixing the liquid, it's also very important to make sure the foam, uh, like how many waters and how much the magnesium sulfate put into the pool to mixing. So every step we have a record form to record the materials we put to make sure the formula is strictly followed. Okay, after the board has been formed on the production line, it's still wet and soft. How it becoming solid and hard is by the kiln process. In fact, the MgO board is formed by a type of the materials like the MgO magnesium sulfate. Is and time. So to make sure the chemical reaction is reacted very well and make sure the board is high quality. Becoming solid. Meet the high and resistance. So in these currents, you can see you have already seen my glasses are already have some moments. Release the heat. Its function is to have special requirements. We'll do 24 hours in this first time clean rooms. So you can, if you see it from the outside to see the rooms, you can see big space. And to keep the temperature of the room, especially in winter, it costs a lot of the energy and money to keep the temperature and to keep the environment of the clean room stably. So that is a big cost. So we can see uh, their manufacturers didn't equip the clean rooms, or they just do one-time clean room. So can be, it's if you didn't take any actions, it still can be solid, but the quality cannot be controlled and cannot be ensured. So, but compared to sometimes the quality is good process, the board becomes solid, and then they can be put into the second time curing process. Before putting to the second time curing process, we separate the mold and the board and put into this pallet, steel pallet. And as we talked in the first time curing process, the chemical reaction you need to put in the second time curing rooms for 3 days. For us, for our production technology, we put into the second time curing room for 3 days. It still will release heat and need space to release the heat between the board, so that we put strips between the board and then put the board into the second time curing process. So next step, we are going to the second time curing process. Okay, this is the second time curing process. Similar like the first time curing process, it's uh, sorry, it's a little dark here. But similar like the first time curing process, it's also equipped with the heater in this room. It's also its functional is also to keep the temperature in this room stably, and we also equipped the fans to keep the whole room temperature is evenly in different levels. Uh, for the first time curing process and the second time curing process, we all need to keep the board in the room for enough time, not just put into the room for waiting the board becoming solid and then pour out, because the chemical reaction and the board's moisture contents and the strength all related to the process. We also have the temperature recorder, and the workers will know the temperature in this room. So let's close the door. After the board get out from the second time curing process, board will get into the cutting line. Today we are loaded some containers to the Korea customers. Later we'll come back. Okay, this workshop is for the cutting, sanding, and the inspection and the package before delivery. Let's see it step by step. This machine is an automatic 4-edge cutting. So the workers put the board, put the pallets on this position, and the machine automatically suck the board on the cutting line, and then it will automatically cut it 4 edge of the board and becoming our target size. Okay, for the sanding MgO board, another process is the sanding process. This is also our designed automatically sanding line. The sucker automatically put the board on the sanding process and the sanding line. Okay, let's greet the workers to put the board. Okay, then they start the process. This part is our turnover machine, so it will automatically turn over the board. Because when we stack the boards on the pallets, we put the board face to face and back to back, one by one, so that the surface won't be scratched and damaged during the transportation in our workshop. Here you can see we equipped with 3 sanding machines to do 3 times sanding. Why we equipped with 3 sanding machines is to keep the tolerance of the board. Like it will sand it in 3 steps. So each time is a very thin thickness has been sanded, so that you could control the tolerance of the thickness very accurately. And you can see this sanding line only need 2 workers. One is in the beginning and one is in the end. It saves a lot of the labor's cost and to keep the tolerance and the quality of the board. You know uh, the tolerance of the board is very important. after the board has been sanded, the tolerance of the board is very good, and the surface, the back side of the board is very flat. So that for the sanding MgO board, it's also very good, very suitable for the laminated board, because when you laminate the HPL laminate paper on the board, the tolerance is very important. Here are here are some pallets used for for exporting. You can see the mark. It's certificated by the fumigation uh, company. These are the wood pallet, not the plywood pallet. If you like the plywood pallet, it's also okay. But the wood pallet we use for the international market is very strong and certificated, so that you don't need to worry about the importing process and customer clearance. So after the board cutting, sanding, then it becomes in the finished product. But before we package the board, there's another important process, is the inspection. Here is the inspection process. Here is the inspection process. Our workers, you can see, most are the ladies. They are checking the board, every sheet, each sheet by each sheet. You check the surface, you check the back side, and around the board. If there's any holes or any defections, they will pick out the board. They don't. They will not be exported to our customers. So these are workers are packing the pallets. For for every for every pallet stocking in our warehouse, we check